Hello everyone, today I'm gonna do a let's play video, and this time it's gonna be about Overwatch. So this is a this is a hybrid map where you first have to capture the payload and then deliver it to the end. So we're defending. I'm gonna go with a defense hero. There are 4 classes in total: offense, defense, tank, and support. We have a pretty well-rounded team. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the type of game Overwatch is. It is a first-person shooter multiplayer game, but also has this MOBA element in it that you can use abilities. You have ultimate, and they all have cooldowns, so you have to keep track of your cooldown and the enemy team's cooldown. So first we have to try. Hopefully we can defend the first point, because our team looks pretty good. Like any other first-person shooter game, one of the core mechanics that Overwatch has is aiming and ammo. In the middle of the screen is a green crosshair which you can aim with, and on the bottom right you can see that I have 5 ammo. Every hero in Overwatch has unique abilities. For example, mine, I have a trap that can root people in place, and a bomb that can launch people around, including myself. I just saw Hanzo, so I'm gonna back off. So you just saw someone step on my trap and got killed. And I correctly predict the enemy team's gonna move that way, so I got rewarded with some ultimate charge. You can see there's a yellow circle that says 76%. That is how much charge I get on my ultimate. You can think of this as a resource in the game economic system, where the source will be when you damage the enemy heroes, you get ultimate charge, and you consume that charge when you use your ultimate. So now that I have my ultimate fully charged, I'm gonna find a place to use it. I think I just heard a McCree.
The hunter lays a trap for his prey.
That's actually really good. I got 2 kills out of it. For new players, you might be asking how I know the Junker was similar. I would say it's just experience with playing versus people. I mean, you can learn all the mechanics in the game by going through the tutorials that have that mode and playing versus AI. But I personally think playing with versus other people, especially people who are as good as you, is the best way to learn all the mechanics in the game.
Let's break it! Enemy contact. Drop the beat.
Knew it was coming. But yeah, right now I'm spectating my teammate. So what happens when you die? You can either spectate how the enemy kill you. They call it the kill cam, and you can also spectate your teammate, like the battlefield in general. So if you see your team is losing, maybe you want to switch hero because your team is not doing that well. Yeah, by the way, talk about hero switching. Hero switching is one of the core mechanics of Overwatch. So I just mentioned that Overwatch has this MOBA field like element to it, but in mobile games, usually what happens is that once you pick and ban champion, you cannot change your champion as the game go on. But Overwatch really wants player to be able to switch hero and adapt to the situation. This makes the game really fast paced. I think we win. Yeah, they can't get back in time. Yeah, towards the end I did very poorly. So this is one of the things that I mentioned about the rewarding system, where like if you made a play that is really good, they will showcase that at the end. So I think this guy got bored with Zarya ult and he got 3 kills. That's why. But as you can see, he didn't make it to the scoreboard because he didn't do that much damage. So this is also like another feature of the rewarding system. If you did very well, like most damage to the team, or if you heal most of your teammate, then you also get to the scoreboard. So one of the mechanics, I guess satellite mechanic of this game is that some character can rocket jump, like my character. Like normally if you detonate this, you damage the enemy team and push them away, but you can also push yourself away, like this. I can use that to maneuver around the map pretty easily.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
I actually haven't played this map for quite a while. I guess it's because what Blizzard did with Overwatch is that they randomly generate which map will be played every time a new match is started, and it's good in the sense that it forces player to practice all the map and get to know all the contents of the game. But it's bad in the sense that like some maps do not get picked a lot and they cannot control it. So for example, in my case, I haven't played this map for a while. This is the type of uncertainty that you have to be extra careful when you design your game. But in Blizzard's case, they, in competitive mode, they actually allow teams to pick and ban maps. So I guess it doesn't matter in competitive, but for casual players, it's a different story. Whoops! Almost died. else can I talk about the game? Wait, hold on. Whoops, I'm getting shot at. Okay, I don't know if you noticed, but this game is much more fast-paced compared to the last game, because it's a payload map which the enemy team has to push this card in front of me right now, and they have to push it all the way behind us. But because we have been really good at holding them back, it also means that their spawn is much closer to the card compared to our spawn. So it's just constant fighting. It's also worth noting that by how far the card has been pushed, it's always more advantageous for the enemy team to trade 1-for-1 with us because they get faster spawn time. So in theory, the card is supposed to be moved, but it's just that this game, our whole team is doing much better than every single member of the enemy team. So it's much harder for them to trade players with us. For the rest of the stream, I'm gonna let you guys sit back and enjoy some of the gameplay, because I think it will get much more action-packed at this point of the game, so I can't really focus on both playing the game and commenting at the same time. I think we win, yeah. And I did the most damage and hopefully get play of the game.
Play of the game.
Yes.
Drop the beat.
Oh, I didn't notice that I didn't die. I'm gonna vote for the healer then.